Hello students, in this video we see how we find out g of x, that is the divisor when the polynomial is given, in this case p of x, and we are also given the remainder as well as the quotient. So we need to find g of x when p of x is given and q of x and r of x is also given. Just a reminder, what is q of x, rx? We had done this part earlier. So we have g of x which divides p of x, we get the quotient q of x and the remainder, if any, r of x. Okay, now in this case we are given this, this and this, and we are asked to find out g of x. Okay, so this goes back to the division algorithm. So what does the division algorithm state? Okay, so the division algorithm states that given any polynomial p of x, in this case it is this one, and any non-polynomial g of x which we need to find out, there are polynomials q of x, which is it's referring to the quotient. In case of this problem it is x minus 2, and rx, remainder, in this case it is minus 2x plus 4, such that p of x is equal to g of x into q of x plus r of x, where the r of x is equal to 0, that means the remainder is equal to 0, or degree of r of x is less than the degree of q of x. That means the degree over here, in case of the remainder, needs to be less than that of the degree of q of x, that is the quotient. It should be less than that. It should be either 0 or less than that. Okay, so in this case it is equal. So that is the division algorithm. So this can also be written down in a very plain form, that is p of x is what? See, I'll put down the division once again over here. G of x divided by p of x, q of x is the quotient, and the remainder is r of x. So you can have a look at this. I'll put it down over here. What this statement over here, this is the division algorithm. What it says is p of x, which is the dividend, is equal to g of x, which is the divisor, into q of x, which is the quotient, plus r, which is the remainder. Okay, so the above which is put in the box is nothing but dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus the remainder. Okay, so this is you need to know, and this is the division algorithm. So the whole thing says just this, that is, and this is how we will be able to find g of x. We are given p of x, we are given q of x, and we are given r of x, and putting this where they are, we can find out g of x. So let's use this division algorithm in order to solve the above problem. We'll write down what is the dividend. The dividend, or p of x, in this case, is equal to x cube minus 3x square plus x plus 2. What is our quotient? Our quotient, which is q of x, is given as x minus 2, and our remainder which is r of x, is given as minus 2x plus 4. Okay, so by division algorithm, we have dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Let's put the dividend where it is, that is x cube minus 3x square plus x plus 2 equal to divisor, which we need to find out, that is g of x. So we'll put that as g of x into quotient. Quotient is given as x minus 2. So we'll put that as x minus 2 plus we are given the remainder, which is minus 2x plus 4. I'll put this into bracket as well. Okay, so we have got our dividend, our quotient and our remainder, and we need to find out the divisor. So these are getting multiplied. Okay, so remember we cannot multiply this first. We can take this addition side on the other side. So which will, if this whole thing is taken on the other side, it will become negative. So we can write this as x cube minus 3x square plus x plus 2. So I am writing this the way it is. Then this whole term comes on the other side of the equal to sign and becomes negative. Negative minus 2x plus 4 equal to g of x. This term, this whole thing remains here, into x minus 2. Then we can open the bracket next. So x cube minus 3x square plus x plus 2, minus and minus will become plus because this is getting multiplied. So plus 2x minus into plus will give you minus 4 equal to, this remains the way it is, x minus 2. Understood till here? Okay, so we get it this way. Now what we'll do is we'll cancel out few things if we can cancel out. So x cube, no, nothing we can do with it. Minus 3x square, no. X, yes, because 2x is there and x is there. These are the same powers, so we can add them. So we can say x cube minus 3x square plus 3x, and this is plus 2 and minus 4, which means we can get minus 2 equal to g of x upon into x minus 2. Okay, now so I have repeated the last line once again. Now that we have got this and we have got this, this is multiplication, which means we can take this down and get it divided. So which can just bringing the unknown quantity on the left hand side, which is always a good practice to bring the unknown quantity on the left hand side and solve. So g of x equal to x cube minus 3x square plus 3x minus 2. I've written down the same thing, x cube minus 3x square plus 3x minus 2 whole thing upon x minus 2. So I brought this term x minus 2 polynomial down underneath this. Okay, and g of x remained where it was. I've just changed it in the opposite direction, so signs do not change. It is the same thing. Now that you have got g of x is equal to this, let us divide. How we divide polynomial? That is x minus 2 divided by x cube minus 3x square plus 3x minus 2. Okay, now the highest term is, highest degree over here is 3 and this is 1, which means we need 2 more. We get x cube minus 2 into x square will give us minus 2x square. Let us change signs for us to cancel this out. Here also the sign will change. Minus 3 plus 2 will give us minus x square. Let us bring plus 3x down. Highest degree is square and here is 1. So we need minus x. Why minus? Because the coefficient is minus 1 over here. X into minus x will give us minus x square. Minus 2 into minus x will give us plus 2x, and we'll change signs, so this becomes plus and cancels, this becomes minus. Plus 3 and minus 2 gives us plus x. We'll bring the minus 2 sign down, and now this is straightforward. This is x minus 2 and this is also x minus 2, which means we just need to multiply it with 1 and we get x minus 2. We'll change signs so that we can cancel it out, and this will become plus, also cancels. So in this way we get g of x. Where is g of x? G of x is in the quotient here. Okay, so we can say therefore g of x is equal to x square minus x plus 1. Okay, so this is how we get g of x. Easy. Okay, just you need to just remember the division algorithm. What does the division algorithm says? It says dividend is equal to quotient into divisor plus remainder. Okay, just remember this formula so that you can solve such problems. Okay, in order to the division algorithm, according to the division algorithm, this entire thing is equal to this multiplied by this and added to the remainder, and we'll get our dividend. Okay, this entire thing over here. So if you know the division algorithm, this problem should be easy, and if you don't have any problems dividing. So with this we complete our chapter on polynomials. I hope you like the tutorials. In future we will be doing more revision videos on polynomials. For now, these are the videos. You can go through all the videos starting from the first video in order to understand the different problems that are solved in polynomials. The syllabus that we follow is Goa board.